fully aware that I do not look like Beyonce. I'm aware of that. I'm not stating that whatsoever. This makeup is just inspired by her look. Hey guys, what's going on? So for today, I wanted to do a Beyonce inspired makeup look. I loved her makeup for the CMAs. I'm very into just basic, simple makeup. I feel like especially all over Instagram, Pinterest, I see all these cool dramatic looks, which are great because I love those too. However, I just feel like there's just something about those simple looks that makes it even more beautiful than what it truly really is. And it's also easy for you guys to do. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I had a really hard time trying to find like a super clear picture of what her eyeshadow looks like, but from the picture that I looked at and then when I watched her performance on the awards, it just seemed like a really nice golden tone, maybe kind of glossy. I couldn't tell if it was just the lighting on her eyeshadow. So here's a quick little picture if you guys can even see that. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. I got some big old pores, so if you are someone that has large pores, check this out. Alright, after that, I am going to fill in my brows. And I'm just using the Benefit Goof Proof pencil. Her brows seem to be just a very natural brow. Not anything too dramatic or crazy. So for the eyeshadow, we're going to do more of like a nice golden tone eyeshadow. I'm really loving not doing eyeliner on the top of my eye, just simply because I'm realizing that it really takes away from the eyeshadow, and I think, this is just my personal opinion, I think it looks prettier. Now, I would much rather do a nude eye with a wing liner than have a ton of eyeshadow on and then put thick liner on. I don't know, I just feel like it kind of takes away from the look. We're going to be using the Makeup by Mario palette. I'm going to go ahead and grab 224 MAC brush, and I'm taking this tone Isabel right here, this gold tone, and I'm just going to dust this lightly into the crease because I want my crease to be warm. I'm looking down because I'm looking at the reference picture. I don't know, Beyonce decided to skip the red carpet. Not really sure why, but I made it really hard for me to actually find some really good pictures that weren't blurry for her makeup, but I'm going to do what I see from the picture. Alright, so my crease is warm, and then just using my finger, I'm going to take the shade Hollywood right here, and I'm just going to pop this all over the lid. And I also feel like the simple looks photograph much better, because sometimes with makeup, when you have way too much going on, especially with eyeshadow, sometimes it just does not photograph that well. And then I'm going to go over that with Kim, still using my finger, because her gold shadow seemed to be more match her skin tone. For Beyonce's eyes, it looks like most of the focus is on the waterline, so it's kind of like that Kim Kardashian reverse smoky eye, and I love that look too. Mario Divanovic and Mac Daddy, Angel Moreno, those are my favorite makeup artists because I love their style of makeup. It is just very simple, effortless, classy, but still glamorous, and I love that. So we're gonna come back to the eyes. Let's go ahead and do the face. Beyonce's face is very fresh. It's not matte, it's not super glowy, it's just very natural, effortless. It's very natural finish. So I'm gonna take some of this Sephora Perfect Tint. Sephora Mist Airbrush Foundation, excuse me, with my Mikasa brush here. It's the F200. It's just like one of those little duo fiber brushes, and I'm going to spray it on, and then I'm just going to buff this into my skin. And this is just going to give it that very natural, your skin but better look, because I feel like Beyonce's skin is always like that. I feel like she's never overly matte, she's never super dewy or overly highlighted. She's just very your skin or better. Concealer and contour. I want to use my Anastasia cream palette here today, so I'm going to use this with just a little concealer brush, and I am going to take a little bit of this Smashbox photo primer oil, because these products can be very thick, almost cake-like. So I'm just going to drop some of the Smashbox photo primer oil on my hand, and then I'm going to take my Kissa concealer brush and I'm going to rub it into this highlight shade right here. I'm using this one, Nude. And I'm just gonna highlight just a tad. I'm just gonna take a beauty blender. Nothing too crazy here, because like I said, she doesn't overdo it with her makeup. Just very natural. I just want to bring a little dimension to my face, because if you just put on your foundation, your face becomes very flat and one-dimensional, so you have to bring out certain areas of your face. Makeup is just basically all shadows, it's all an illusion. I don't use this palette on myself, I use it on my client kit, but I wanted to kind of branch out and start using some other products, because I get bored with using the same thing, so I know you guys probably get bored of seeing the same thing. Okay, next we are going to go ahead and jump into some contour. So I'm going to use this dark shade right here, Karab. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to put a little bit of the oil on the back of my hand. Then I'm going to take my Real Technique stippling brush. I'm going to dip that in there. Then I'm going to dip into my cream contour. Because she does have a little bit of a light, I wouldn't even call hers a contour. She's just a little bit bronzed. Looks like her makeup artist maybe just took some bronzer and warmed up her face. Ooh, I got too much. Sorry, my light's so bright I couldn't even tell. If you struggle, if you have one of the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kits and you feel like it's just way too cakey, that's one of the reasons why I never used it on myself. But of course, you know, the makeup trend right now is dropping oils into your cream products. That is legit. That is probably one of the best hacks that I've seen for makeup in a minute. So if you have one of these, definitely try that. And it could be any beauty oil that you have. I just happen to have the Smashbox Photo Primer Oil because, again, that's what's in my client kit, and I wanted to give that a try. And then also, cream contouring looks the most natural. Powder is the quickest, however, if you have dry skin, sometimes it can get kind of patchy and look a little muddy on your face. So that's just one thing to be aware of. Then I'm just going to take a little that's left over on my brush and just go down the side of my nose. I'm not a big nose contour kind of person. Now Beyonce doesn't have a big forehead. I do. So, you know, I'm just going to contour that just a tad bit more. Okay, so now we got to set everything in place. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder with just a little kabuki brush because I really want to push this in. I just like to put a little in the top. And then just push it into my skin. I feel like with a kabuki brush, they are more dense and tightly packed, so you can really push the powder into the skin, and that's a trick to kind of get that airbrush look. And then just where I highlighted at, I'm going to take some yellow powder from my Tarte Makeup Shayla palette and just go up under my eyes. And then to set where I contoured at, I'm just the same palette again. I'm I'm going to use the lightest of the contour with a Mikasa blush brush. And just kind of lightly go over. And now I'm just taking the dual fiber brush just to kind of blend some more. Now she looks like she doesn't really have on any blush. You know, I'm not seeing much blush, so I'm just gonna go ahead back to my Tarte palette since this is a very, very light blush. I'm just gonna put a little on just to kind of give a little color to my face because my skin tone is definitely deeper than hers. I'm gonna go back with my Mario palette here and I'm going to grab an angled brush. And I'm going to dip into this Violetta color here. This is more like a warm brown. And then I'm going to build it back, I'm going to build it up with using darker tones. And then grabbing my Tarte Makeup Shayla palette, I'm going to use this darker brown here. Because her liner isn't black. It's definitely looks brown. And she's got it going all the way into the inner tear duct. It is actually hard recreating someone else's look. Because especially, you know, artists, we see things differently. So what I might see, you might see differently, you know? And I like that she used brown eyeliner. Well, like I said, to me, it looks like it's brown because it's not as harsh, you know? Now, if you want to go super, super dramatic, go for the black. But you can still be dramatic with the brown, but it just not be as harsh up under the eyes. Okay, I'm going to use my Tarte lip palette, Activist. Okay, so because in her photo, she did have the darker on in the inner corner and the little bit on the top kind of connecting. So I just made sure I went back with the Activist color and just went in the inner tear duct and brought it up a little bit on the top. Next, we're going to put on some lashes. I'm going to use my favorite, the Ardell 110 lashes. All right, so I got the lashes on. I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Smashbox Photo Primer water. And don't forget to put mascara on your bottom as well. So the last stop is going to be the lips. She has a very nice, kind of like a warm tone, nudish lip. So I'm going to create one that works great for my skin tone. So I'm going to use the NYX lip liner in brown. If you haven't used any NYX lip liner, you've been sleeping on them. They make great ones. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cover as much as my lips with this as I can. So I'm gonna go over with my favorite lipstick. This is the MAC and Taraji Collection Strip Me Down. And her lips are matte. They are not glossy at all. Okay, so I'm going to put the tiniest amount of highlight just right on my cheeks here. I'm going to use, again, the MAC and Taraji Highlight the Truth with a tiny little Morphe fan brush. And I'm just going to do just the tiniest amount. Yeah. Alright guys, so that is going to complete my Beyonce CMA inspired makeup look. I absolutely love this look. This can be appropriate for work, daytime, nighttime, Christmas parties, Thanksgiving, whatever it is you have going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look and I will see you in my next video.